Hello, my single solitary viewer. Welcome back, finally, to Flouze Maker Duels or Ratata. Go away. I'm trying to make an intro here. Oh, alright, fine. Okay. Welcome back to Pixelmon Let's Go, and finally, after years of absence, well, okay, it feels like years of absence, I am finally back. And I'll tell you, like, what happened and why. It might happen again, actually. But first, two things. We're going to be updating the server, I do believe, and we're going to be adding Generation 7 Pokémons, finally, or at least officially, that's what's happening to the mod. I think the server is not quite updated yet, so I don't know how it's going to go. Don't ask me for that kind of information. I just got back. I missed everything. It's like I'm frozen in time, and it's still the tournament. And, of course, other big news, I caught my first legendary. That's very important. So let's cut to that footage right quick, and then we'll come back here to do some talkie-talkie. Yeah, it's absolutely unable to attack King Jacobus.
I think I'm going to hold on to it for a bit. It seems to be the most coveted item on the server right now.
Is Richie still missing one?
No, I got it from Michael.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, my Master Ball.
I got one.
Michael, after that, me and Austin went searching for stuff. Found another Master Ball.
Of course.
Nice. I'm apparently extremely lucky with them.
Does he have an attack that kills himself?
No.
Or does any type of damage to himself?
Eventually he'll run out of PP and he'll struggle.
Yeah, if he runs out of
PP, because you might. His HP right now is really, really low.
Yeah, but most of the time, if it struggles, even if it's like on 30%,
it'll just
dies.
Yeah, man. I don't know how many balls I've been through so far, but gee.
I'm scouring around because usually when there's a legendary, there's something else good around.
It's only with you.
It's fair.
Possibly, yes.
Every time I'm in a legendary battle, Michael seems to find like a mega or something.
Yep.
Or a shiny.
Just while everyone's distracted.
should you take down your sign then?
Yep, I'm gonna go take down the sign.
Yeah, we're gonna go around.
Oh, we got him!
Nice.
GG.
Wasn't recording it, but congratulations.
Wait, that was your first legendary?
Free start.
Yeah, that was my first legendary. Yeah.
This is finally here.
GG's, mate.
Maybe you're not impressed by me catching a legendary, but I am. That's my first one. So I'm just happy with it. Very happy. And finally I have a decent poke. Who's ooh, the Savannah Cabana. Ooh. Savannah Cabana. Ooh, complimentary snacks. Okay, so what happened? Why was Flouze Maker gone all this time? And of course there was a lot of rejoicing about this. Well, technically speaking, hypothetically, I'm not allowed to talk about this. Hypothetically, normally I do have the policy of not talking about any IRL stuff at all. But I mean, now it has affected the channel to such a degree that maybe I have to make a mention of it. But I don't have permission to talk about this person. So I'm gonna say that this person does not exist. And we're talking about a hypothetical scenario, and this person is just a figment of my imagination. Now, this person that I'm talking about is let's go with this woman I know, and that I've known for a very long time. And, well, she was always legally blind. Now, legally blind is not fully blind, but that means you don't see well enough to... you're not allowed to get a driver's license, and you're not allowed to, you know, have those kinds of things. You can't, well, she can't play video games because she can't see well enough. So all that kind of stuff is just off the board. That's for the legally blind. There's all manners of, you know, levels of, you know, bad sight, if you will. And so not necessarily everyone who's legally blind is not able to play video games and so on. But that is indeed her case. Of this hypothetical person that probably does not exist. And yeah, so that's how it started. And over the holidays, she decided to lose her eyesight to such a high degree that she is now considered fully blind. She can still see like light, kind of. Yeah, she can still see light. But that's almost it. I think she can read if you use big letters and you put them right in front of her face. But hypothetically speaking, yeah, her eyesight has gone completely way down. And there's a lot of problems with trying to seek treatments for this because she has such a high degree of accumulated eye conditions of all sorts that it creates what would normally be fairly simple surgeries and operations and things into very dangerous maneuvers. And so they've been delaying doing anything about it because it's too risky. So for now, we're just going to the hospital a lot, theoretically. Hypothetically speaking, that's what we're doing a lot of, and because her eyesight has gone down so much, she needs a seeing eye dog, and it turns out that I am pretty much a dog, and I do have seeing eyes, it turns out, so that's the kind of task that I'm definitely, hypothetically speaking, very well suited for, you understand. So, I've, all my free time, or a lot of my free time, has actually been, used to become her seeing eye dog. Hypothetically speaking, this person that is just a hypothetical figment of our imaginations. You know, we're just gonna say, like, hypothetically, if such a person existed, that's what it would happen. Now, because this hasn't been enough of a hassle for the last month, where I basically just don't have time to produce as many videos as I wished, and you know, that's, if you were wondering why I missed 2 of the Formula 1 races in the championship, that's the reason. You know, I have all sorts of things that I have to basically just miss, and you know, I'm okay. This hypothetical person, if she existed, would do the same for me if the roles were reversed, so I'm all on board. It's all okay. However, now she decided that the early part of the week, this hypothetical person decided to, theoretically speaking, go outside while after an ice storm, and so a gigantic block of ice fell from the roof of a building in the city where we live, hypothetically, and fell on her head and knocked her out instantly. Now, that would be pretty bad, but considering that a man died on impact at the same location from the same reason a few years back, she actually, hypothetically speaking, got off pretty damn lucky. But yeah, since she lost consciousness and nobody was there to see her on the ground or anything, nobody knows how long she lost consciousness for. So obviously you have to go check for all the concussion stuff, and you know, there was a lot of pain involved and a lot of a gigantic what do you call it? Gigantic bump on her head. Hypothetically speaking, of course, if a gigantic block of ice fell on someone's head, hypothetically, it will leave a mark, and hypothetically it did. Thank you, Lily. Lily's just happy to see me back. She noticed my absence. So, and she was probably among the ones celebrating, as just being polite at this point, which is, you know, I understand. That's you have to do these kinds of things. So yeah, we've been dealing with We've been dealing with that for the past week. And it's just constant stuff. Like, I was supposed to record this yesterday, and that's what I was expecting, to finally be back yesterday. And then, no, I got the phone call. No, we need to go back to the ER. And so yesterday, in reality, we spent... she spent from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Waiting at the hospital for various tests. So that was fun. That's good times. And especially, you know, you want to be waiting in rooms with me, because I am indeed the most... That's Houndoom? Houndoom is not doing very well here. Okay, Billy to Pig was not doing very well, but rollout worked. All happy. That's good. All right, and now the little fossils I cleaned up are getting levels, so all is good. But yeah, I'm literally the most annoying person I know, and you probably don't want to wait long extended periods of time where I'm bored with you, because I entertain myself by annoying people. And she was, hypothetically speaking, if she existed, she would have been the person available for me to annoy, and so she would have repeatedly said, "Shut up," or "You're annoying," for about several hours, really, is what would happen, hypothetically speaking. Come on, it wasn't, but yes, just... What? I don't know, is it me, or am I bugged out? Alright, well, I'm happy that there you go, taking you down, Volbeat. I was under the impression that, yeah, things were not working correctly there. So, ancient power. The user attacks with a prehistoric power. It may also raise all the user's stats at once. Alright, I'm gonna replace water gun, just to have you know, more variety. Takedown, I kind of like takedown, and focused energy I don't think is going to be very useful, so I'm just going to replace that. Alright, let's go with a herdier. Alright, fire fledge. There you go, get all them levels. I'm sorry for interrupting the story here with destroying some poor trainers' pokes, but it had to be done. At some point, I need to level my pokes. There's going to be a tourney, another tourney, the third tournament coming up, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to play enough to grind pokes to be in shape to fight. So I don't know if it's going to happen at all. Honestly, I don't think it's going to happen for me. I don't think I'm going to be able to participate. Let's hope. We can always hope, but I'm not under the impression that it's going to happen. In any case, yeah, we've been dealing with that, and it's going to be, I mean, it's been, for the entire month, it's been a lot more difficult to find time to make videos and edit videos and upload videos, and I have 3 UHC series that are coming around Valentine's Day, and I have to get those done, and I'm just really getting late with everything, just because the amount of time I have available has just, like, shrunk immensely. And still want to do things with the patrons and everything. There's so much things I need to do and that I can't, because it's just not possible at the moment. And I don't know how long this situation will last. In terms of, like, hypothetically speaking, if a non-existent woman would finally stop having any issues with concussion or spinal damage and stuff like that. There's no spinal damage, theoretically speaking. I think we have managed to clear that out. I think all the recent scans are, I think, they're going to show that there's nothing to worry about. But, you know, there's still stuff. Yes, sometimes we need coal just to cook stuff like raw mutton, like raw mouton. Alright, I've done a lot of yapping, and here's the part where I need to say, I'm going to need your help. I will need your help. Now, most of the pokes that I caught, well, some of them I just like because they're cute, and so on, but a lot of the pokes that I've caught them because you guys have been telling me, hey, this one is a good one, keep a lookout for this Pokemon and capture it if you can, or evolve it to this if you can. And I've taken note of that advice, and I've followed through as often as I could. Like right now, I'm in the savannah in the vain hopes that perhaps a Ditto might show up. Now, of course, it's I don't know how likely it is anymore, and I don't know if they've changed where they spawn, but I mean, I'm in the vain hopes of hopefully finding a Ditto. That's why I'm in the savannah. And sometimes I go to the birch forests in the vain hopes of finding an Eevee. And I say vain because I don't know. You need to be able to stay online very, very, very long to be able to find these rare spawn pokes. And I don't have that much time, sadly. So it's very difficult, but I could still get lucky. There's still a chance. What I'm saying though is I'm still going to need your help more so than ever. You've already been like so helpful that I probably couldn't have fared as awful as I have so far without your help. It could, and what I mean is that it would have been even worse. And especially with the Generation 7 Pokemon, Generation 7 Pokemon, I've no idea about them. I do not know them at all. Like, I think everyone kind of knows the Generation 1 Pokemon. Like, after all these years, you kind of have to live under a rock to not know them. Like, who doesn't know Pikachu, right? At the very least. Meowth, Pikachu, right? You got to know those, at least. So, because they're classics. They've been around so long. But the Generation 7 is brand spanking new. And I know nothing about Gen 7. Absolutely nothing. And I am going to be fully dependent on your help in order to just get around, I think. So, any recommendations, always welcome in the comments. Any advice whatsoever, even if it doesn't seem pertinent right now, just telling me, hey, if you can, keep an eye out for this in the future. Maybe it's going to come in handy. Yeah. Anything is good, because I just don't have as much time as I would have hoped to do a lot of research myself, and that's how it happens. Therefore, I am more dependent on you than ever. So any help at all is extremely welcome. Now, to conclude this episode, I could actually tackle this leaf gem, but that sounds like a terrible idea considering the pokes I have on me. Though, to be fair, I do have a PC right here. Actually, let's take out the Verizon network. Deploy and admire my Verizon network. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Don't rage. I make terrible puns. I can't fly, right? Yeah. Oh, but I can I mean, I can definitely frolic in the fields. This is definitely happening right now. I am totally frolicking. And killing myself slowly. By taking damage for the reasons that are unknown. Well, actually, the reasons are rather well known. Okay. Whew. Fun pokes. You know, writing these pokes is just the best idea in the mod pack. Definitely like top 3. Definitely top 3. Now you know I'm back, and I should hopefully be able to stream this upcoming, well, next week. You know, I should at some point be able to stream. I think I'm gonna have a little more time. I hope starting next week. So we should be getting back to what resembles a little bit more of a regular schedule very soon. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. But again, all of your help is needed and appreciated. And of course, hypothetically speaking, you didn't hear anything in this episode today. It was all made up. It's all a made up, person that does not exist. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Forget everything you've heard, which was all fictional anyway. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the flip side. Stole that one, interesting. Sponsored by the Flouze crew on Patreon.